The Asheville Police Department is continuing to find new ways to connect to the community, including a podcast.
News 13's Taylor Thompson joined as a guest to discuss the relationship between law enforcement and the media. She shares a behind-the-scenes look at why that podcast was created.
APD Pod Squad, an idea originally formed under previous Chief David Zack.
He thought it'd be a great idea to have an Asheville Police Department podcast and all the positive things that it could bring to the community and the department.
The podcast debuted in August 2024. Public Information Officer Rick Rice spent 30 years in radio prior to coming to the department, making the podcast feel like a natural part of the job.
One of the things I wanted to do was incorporate people in the community. We get your perspective, which I think is valuable for the community. I'm interested in your perspective because something we've been talking about around here and something we've been trying to do at the Asheville Police Department is develop relationships with the media outlets because we think there's a benefit there.
It's not just beneficial, it's necessary for us to be able to do our job. When it's like a serious story, we'll have team coverage on things, right? And the way they do is you have two reporters. One is on what we call nuts and bolts, and then the other is on the real person story, right? But the real person story always has to follow the nuts and bolts story because a story can't happen if we don't have the facts.
Debuting this podcast just a month before Helene, Rice says the direction quickly changed.
We actually were able to use the podcast to get out valuable information and tell the stories of our officers.
Where we're all just like, I can't believe this.
It was hard to process.
Looking ahead, Rice says they want to continue to grow the podcast for the right reasons.
We could certainly grow the audience quicker with controversial subjects, and I could say bold statements, but that's not what it's for.
It's about trust.
You need to trust the individual, the officers, the department to be able to share information so we can solve crimes and make the whole community safer.
And he sees this podcast
When we stopped operating as an EOC
as just one more way to do that. In Asheville, I'm Taylor Thompson, News 13.